How's it going, everyone? This is Tricks from Meta Smash, and I want to quickly let you guys know that I'm going to be hosting a Nail the Trick Combo Mastery Seminar. There's going to be over an hour of Nail the Trick content, so if you're interested, there'll be a link in the description. And with that being said, let's get into the video. I feel like this is one of the most requested things that I've had in the last little while as far as how to actually learn a matchup. Because there's one thing to just play against somebody who plays that character and then say, okay, I know stuff about this character now, which depending on who you are, in some cases that can actually work. But more often than not, you actually have to look things up or test them out yourself. For me, I have the training mod pack, so I'm going to be using that. But back in the day, before that even existed, I used to get into an online arena with somebody and say, hold shield, and when I do this thing, try to up B or try to grab or try to up air, whatever it was. Or if I cross up your shield, see if you can like do something before I can act or something like that. And we would actually test things all one at a time. Honestly, I wasn't even looking at ultimate frame data at the time. I'm not sure if it really existed like that. Maybe it did and I just wasn't aware of it, because this was very, very early Ultimate, like the first couple of weeks of Ultimate. So it may have existed, but that's besides the point. So now if you're trying to learn a matchup, number one thing you're going to want to do is have ultimate frame data pulled up, or if you know the frame data, you have to play off of that. You should be knowing what it means to do things out of shield. So if you're, let's say, if your Nair is frame 3, like Falco's Nair is frame 3, off the ground it's frame 6 because of his jump squat. So that's going to be important with regards to punishing things. Okay. Also dropping shield versus jumping out of shield as well, right? So if you're dropping shield in some cases, depending on what they do against your shield, you might be able to punish that much, much harder because you do have time to drop shield and then go for something better. For example, this is like a basic one, but if Cloud were to F smash my shield, I don't have to grab him and up throw, right? I could drop shield and F smash, or I could go for an up smash out of shield. Depending on where we are, I might not want an up smash because it won't kill, because let's say we're at like 100. All right, let's just do this. If we're at 100, provided that he doesn't have limit, of course. If he doesn't have limit, down smash should just kill him. Yeah. So, in that situation there, he's just screwed. I understand that he didn't DI because I don't have the DI set up right now. But if I can get him off stage, right? So go for a down smash. He's way out here. Honestly, if he's this far away, I don't have to do anything. Like, there's no chance he makes that back. So this is the one thing I'd want to know as far as learning a matchup based on the character's recovery. What can I do to finesse them the hardest? I will say I'm going to try and slant this in my own perspective based on being a Falco player, that when I approach any matchup at all, the number one thing I want to know is what is the earliest percent I could kill somebody without having to use a kill move. So what I mean by that is not having to rely on up tilt back air or F smash or like a raw back air in neutral or a down tilt or something like that to get my kill. I want to know, can I get them off stage in some corny way and just kill them? So for example, I'll put them to like 50 and I'll set up some options here as well. So we'll go with jump, we'll go for Nair, side, special, and then we'll also do, where will we go? Go here, we'll go DI in. Okay. So for example, let me just go like this. He can be at 53, it doesn't really matter. So for example, I want to know if I can get somebody at in this position. Let's say he does a neutral get up in the corner from a ledge trap. I throw him off stage. If he tries to defend himself, because most players are not going to just hold in and then jump and then just recover, because that would not be a good thing to do. They're going to try and finesse me for trying to go out there against them. So since I have him on a random as far as side B, Nair, or double jump, just like in real life, I wouldn't know what he's actually going to do, right? So if he throws out a Nair, that's totally fine, right? Keep on throwing him out, see what he does. So if he throws out like a side B, that could be devastating if you jump into it, right? Now, if he happens to jump like that, you should know, obviously he just killed himself. That part wouldn't happen. But as far as him jumping, he could be like going for jump fair, jump side B, jump then air dodge, all kinds of stuff like that. Unfortunately, with the training mod pack, he can't do that many different things. But if I want to, let's say, for example, throw him off stage, and I want to try and cheese him early. If I know he's going to go for that Nair, or side B, or double jump, I should be able to react to all of those situations and just catch him for free, if I can. So the only real answer that he does have is to, let's say, potentially Nair and fast fall to get super low, save his jump, and then up B back to the stage without getting finesse. That's like the only way he should be able to make it back. So as far as testing this out, he has to have that situation happen. Right now, he's obviously dead. gonna say if he goes for Nair, this would be one of the easiest ones to react to, and I want to do it as far as like actually reacting to it, not just anticipate. So I'm actually bad. That should be a fair, honestly. There. So I have that situation happen, then he's dead. Right? Caught the jump, he's just dead. Right there, I'm just bad. He kills himself though because he's trolling. So realistically, the setup for me is when as soon as I see that he's going to, let's say, go for his double jump or his nair or side B, whatever it is, I'm going to wait for that to come out and then go off stage and decide once it's come out, if he goes up, then I jump in fair. If he goes down, then I just fall with fair. So it's kind of a 50-50 for me, but knowing that two of my options win just by going for runoff fair, right, or runoff nair, then I can catch him pretty easy and get that cheese, right? So this is always, as a Falco player, even if you're like, let's say, a Pikachu player or any character that can go off stage, like anyone, even if their edge guarding is moderate, you should be looking for stuff like this. Okay, so I want to be able to react to this type of stuff, catch him as much as I possibly can. I'm sure you get the idea here. Right? So it should be simple. So basically what I'm looking for here is if he were to go for a neutral getup, let's say he goes for neutral getup right here and I get a grab, I'm not going to go for like, I could go for up throw into like a nair and try and catch him, right? Go for something like this, just to give him more damage. But it also gives him way more mix-ups when he's up that high because his recovery is not that great. But he's up. If he's up high, he can throw out a fair and try and spike me. He can use his fast fall and his double jump. He can air dodge high. He can do all kinds of stupid different things. So for me, I want to just throw him off stage like this, see what he does, and then see if I can catch him. So that'd be the first thing as far as can I cheese him in different spots. I will say as far as like killing him off the top or anything at like 50, that's probably never going to happen. If I were to like try and kill him with like an up B off the top or like an up air super high, it's just not going to be a realistic thing. So I'm not going to lab something like that. The other stuff I'm going to look at as far as this character, and I just know a good handful of his frame data, is I know for a fact that his back air is -3, his fair is -6, and then I think his nair is -5. So all of these things, I can't grab them. Right? I can grab them if I parry, but also he has to have tremendously bad spacing. So for example, let's just say if he's going to go for nair or back air or fair or whatever on my shield, I want to know at a certain range, if he were to go for fair, if he's at perfectly spaced range for fair, will his down tilt still cross up? If the answer is no, then there's a very strong chance he's not going to go for down tilts. He's probably either going to go for a cross slash or dash away. If he is right up on me with fair, he might go for down tilt to just get out of there and cross me up so I can't grab him, right? If he goes like, let's say, fair into dash attack right here, then I might be able to get a grab or an up smash, right? If I happen to roll and he goes for dash attack, he'll actually probably catch me and kill me. So I want to know, if anything, if he lands with a nair or fair or back air point blank, is he going to try and attack immediately? And if he does, what can I do to punish that? The number one thing I should know is if he happens to go for a down tilt, that does cross up shield, this is where ultimate frame data would come into play. Down tilt is -26, okay? More than enough time to actually get a punish on this. I should know too, that if I happen to, let's say, parry his down tilt, I have time to turn around and down tilt myself. If it's -26, here's another thing too. If he crosses me up from right here, -26 on shield, I'm not gonna have time to drop shield, turn around F smash, because I wouldn't have enough frame advantage by 2 frames. However, if I parry this, I could turn around and F smash him and kill him for doing that down tilt, which in a lot of cases for clouds, they feel like it's super safe. So I should know, okay, if I don't parry the fair, but I do parry the down tilt, and he goes for the cross up, I can get an F smash. That's something that I 100% should know. If your character has a much faster F smash, like a Marth Lucina frame 10 F smash, then by all means. If you have, like, let's say Incineroar, you drop shield, or no, you'd have to get a parry here, but parry into side B and you can just grab him. Once again, you should know these things versus just letting him cross up your shield for free and get away. This is something that you should be very well aware of if you're fighting a character like Cloud, or if it's Simon and Richter, or Greninja. It's just people that like to cross up your shield. Snake, Wolf. If they're someone that does this type of stuff all the time, you should not just let them do it and be like, holy shit, that was close, and then just like reset and get out of there and just keep on going from there. So what I was going to do, I just wanted to shield. So these can all stay as is. I'll go infinite. If he just sits here and shield, it doesn't really matter what percent he's at. what I was saying before is testing it with cross-ups on shield is if he happens to land with like a fair on shield or down tilt, or a fair on shield, nair on shield, back air on shield. If I was to go for back air on shield, I'm probably not going to do a turnaround down tilt. It's much too difficult. But what I would do is go from that into this, right? Which is minus 25. If it's minus 25, Falco wouldn't have time to drop shield and F smash, but he would have time to drop shield and down smash, or he can up smash, he could drop shield down tilt, he could grab, he could nair out a shield. You can do all kinds of different punishes. Just knowing that you can't get an F smash there means you should never try it unless you parry that dash attack. So if I'm facing backwards, this is also another thing to note as well too. If a cloud is facing backwards, like I said, they're probably not going to go for a down tilt, like to go for like that into this. Probably not going to happen. However, if they were to go fair, like that into that, that crosses up from pretty close. I want to try and get landing fair to that. So landing fair into dash attack, I don't think dash attack ever crosses up. Yeah, dash attack never crosses up. But yeah, as far as my strategy with regards to learning this matchup here, one of the biggest things that Cloud's going to be doing is staggering on your shield. So for example, this is minus 25, right? Both hits are minus 25 as well, if I can actually do them like that. I think this is minus 26 actually, but it's supposed to be minus 25. And then the last one's also minus 25. So the reason why this is important is as a Falco player or any player at all, if you have this move happen on shield, whether you go for like, let's just say 2 of them. How do I do 2? Like that. If they ever just do 2, you can still punish that. And a lot of Cloud players will go like 1, 2. Oh, I'm just bad. Hold on. I'll go like that, and then they'll grab you. Right, as the stagger mix up. So rather than having like that into this, if he ever does that, next thing I'll be trying to lab out is if a Cloud does a stagger on shield with 1 hit or 2 hits or all 3 hits, can that be punished with the same option? So for example, if I ever see the move come out, can I just buffer a fair out of shield and actually get this punish? So let me go like this. So as far as, let me just see this. So if I even do 1, I can do it immediately. If I do all of them like that, then I think I can. If I just do 1, suck. So if he does 2, yeah. So if he does 2, this is what's important. So if the Cloud player does 2 cross slashes, if I try to buffer my fair from the beginning, then I'll get punished. So if I try and do that, that's why he's dropping shield and getting hit there. So I either have to do it immediately if he goes for a single stagger, or I have to just wait. Oops. Yeah. So to try and simulate that a bit better, what I would do here is if I was to integrate waiting, I'll add reaction time. Actually, let me put it to 0. Let me put this to 0. 1 frame is fine, but yeah, it's going to be the same thing. So what I would do here is to integrate reaction time, and I put it to like, let me try like 20. Let's just see what this does. Because I don't really know what it'd actually be here. So if I do, could I shield that? Yeah, I can't shield. So if I was to just wait, I could punish the second one like that. So if I ever see 1 or 2, if I see 1, I'd have to try and react to that. I could throw out my fair immediately and catch him. And if he throws out 2, I have to wait. And if he throws out 3, obviously I have to wait. Let me just see this. So if I were to, let's see, I'm going to add some more reaction time, or like a later reaction time. So instead of 20, I'll go 30. And see if I just drop shield. Like, can I buffer the fair during the 3rd one, or will it keep me stuck in shield? That's what I want to see. Yeah. So on the end, I had to actually wait. So in this particular setup, which happens all the time, you have to wait for the end of the move to actually happen and then actually go for the punish versus just interrupting the Cloud player. So if it's at half a second, yeah, if I go for half a second, that's too slow. So let me see. Not that I'm going to be able to measure this out in real life and say, oh, I should have done it for 24 frames instead of 30. But let's just see if there's a universal timing where I could punish all of them. So if we go like this, so that's too slow. Whatever. Yeah, too slow. That just drops too early. Yeah. So it had to be like 20-ish frames, something like that. So you got to be pretty quick, if a third of a second, basically. The other thing, too, that I noticed when I was playing against this Cloud player, or just basically any Cloud player, is they very rarely go for full hop aerials as a call out, like something like this. You always go for the landing aerial because rising back air is only a call out. You get nothing off of this except for a pure hit. And if I was to go like this, his aerial drift is decent, but it's not so good. You can actually get away from the situation here. So I can actually jump again, which is good to know. So if a cloud player were to go like this, they could try and jump away, but the jump is so close to the ground. Let me try it again. Yeah, the jump is so close to the ground that as the Falco player, I could up smash this, I could jump and nair this, I could fair this. I think I said up smash. I could maybe even go for like a back air from facing the right way. Those are things I want to worry about. The other thing that I would be paying attention to as well too is the fair. I think it was fair right here. Does that cross up? No, that doesn't cross up from there. So if he happens to go for that down tilt, what I have to see here, this is a super important thing, especially for Falco, is if someone goes for a low profiling move like down tilt, can you up smash that? Because if I can up smash down tilt and dash attack, then that's my go-to for everything. If he ever touches my shield with something unsafe, automatic up smash. Like I said, it is minus 26. So if he down tilts, I need to know that. So this is super useful to know. If he down tilts, up smash won't work. So if it's a dash attack, I up smash. If it's a down tilt, let me go to my mash toggles. Go here, down smash. So now, if I down tilt, right there I actually couldn't shield. Let me try it again. Yeah. So that's even with 5 frames of reaction time here. So if I was to like go, let's say like that into the, oh, not like that. I'm trolling. If I go like that, then that wouldn't work because I'm dropping shield, right? Oops. Yeah. I'm just looking right here. The other thing too, so if I go like that into down tilt, which a lot of clouds will do, this into this because they want to try and cross up. What if the Falco goes for down air out of shield? Because if you can get rising down air, let me see. So turn this off. Like this. Okay, we'll go. So that's the situation that happens. If I just cross up like that, I'm not gonna get hit. If I go like this, yeah, it's not gonna hit either. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. So down air is not gonna be a thing. The only thing that would work there kind of is if I were to go for a late down air, but the worry here or the trouble here is that he might go for dash attack. So if I was to go like, we would miss each other. So in this situation, I could actually go for, that actually hit the down air. So that actually works. I can actually dash attack, or down air is dash attack. So that's actually super good to know. Yeah, so that would actually work. Dash attack can get stopped out by down air, which means if the down air, let's say if I was to do it slow, if I get like behind him like that, so an empty hop would be the best unless he starts to go for that into like that or this into like a raw back air. Oops, trying to do this. Yeah, so that situation obviously I would lose, but he, like, cloud players in general don't really do that unless they have like a really good reason to do that, right? Even doing this into like a rising fair, my fair is frame 18 or cloud's fair is frame 18, so he's gonna lose that every single time. If I was to go like that into, let me try going this into nair. I think I have to like get closer. Yeah, I'd lose that, or cloud loses that as well. So down air out of shield right there is not bad. The other option I was thinking of is if the cloud, or if the Falco player in this situation, I would go falling aerials, true. I don't really know what this means. I think it's what I want though. Go short hop still. No, full hop is just normal short hop. I need to go to here, and I'm gonna go to back air. This. So this is the other thing I was thinking. And if I go like this, what's he do? Yeah, okay, that's what I want. That's a good situation to have happen. Because let's say, for example, let me just put myself at like 100. Oops. I'm at like 120 or 100. Let's say we're like this. If we're both at 100, this is actually a really good situation to have. So if I was to go like this, Basically, that would happen. So this is something I could actually use. This is something you can use in a tournament, for real. Because if he goes like this, and he has a habit where he goes like this into this, like I got lucky there, but that would actually kill me. Just hold up. Go like this. So I go from that like into that. So right there, I'm not DIing, but I just wanted to see it. So if I DI, I'm still living. Obviously, he come and ledge trap me though, or edge guard. But that's good to know that I can win that. So also, if I go like this, that I can actually survive. That being said, let me do a fast fall. So that's another thing I don't have actually on here. As the actual player, I would do a fast fall here. There he goes. Now he's doing the fast fall. It could be a little bit earlier than that. So let me go to like 5, I guess. So this is the situation I'm trying to have happen. That. So that would be good to have. But also I want to know if that hits the down tilt. Alright, that hits down tilt too. So this is mad good to know, guys. I got lucky there. Yeah, right there I was holding shield. I just get clapped. So going back to like what I was saying before, if you're trying to learn a matchup, if you don't have the training mod pack, you can still do this with a friend. If you do it online in an arena, this is how Meta of Smash came into existence. Like we did all kinds of stuff like this. It'd be Juice, Paragon, Coltman, Shadow. Doesn't matter who it was. Mage. I'd be like, I'm gonna go for fair on shield, and I want you to jump at a shield and do falling back air. And I'm gonna try and down tilt underneath you and see if I can protect myself. And the answer is no. Right? Like this is the only situation I have to worry about. If I'm gonna go for that specifically, then like fair. Right? Fair. Because that obviously is not great. Or if I was to go like fair into dash attack, let's go right underneath. This is a way better option compared to, let's say, for example, as the Falco player, and I've had this happen, and I'm sure you guys have had this happen too. This situation gets you fucking killed, bro. If you go like that into that, that is tragic, bro. But just knowing, like here, like this is part of knowing a matchup. If you know Cloud's dash attack is insanely strong and it got buffed, if they're going to go for something that's like -5 or -6 on shield, and then they're going to immediately attack you, if you go like this into dash attack, you can get hit. If you go like this into down tilt, you might not get hit, but you're not going to get a punish, in which case he's not going to get discouraged from doing this, right? If you go like that, that actually does hit if I get close enough. Like right up on top of him, that's free as hell if that ever happens, right? Dashing away or rolling away is only good if I was to like think he's going to go for another jump punish like that, or if I'm going to go like this into that. But even then, if I go like this and then dash up and go like this, like Cloud's like rush down game off of a safe aerial is just too insane. So rolling away is never the answer here. If you feel like it's what you should be doing, it's just giving too much information to the Cloud player, right? Let's just see. Is there not? Oh, here it is. Limit. Yeah. So I can go like that. Right there, he drops shield, but like that catches roll too, right? Like everything catches roll. So if they have even the slightest bit of a read, you're gonna get shit on. Like even right there, I barely even walked forward. There you go. I actually crossed him up there. Yeah, there's just way too many bad things that can happen from rolling away. So if I was to say to anybody, if you're trying to learn this matchup, don't roll. Don't roll away. If you were to roll in, like yes, you could turn around and go for the other direction. But like let's say if I was to go like this, F smash wouldn't actually work. He just drops shield because he's trying to do something. Yeah. But let's say if I was to go like that into this, like rolling away just gets you beyond clapped. Like I'm sure you guys get the picture at this point. So the other option here is to see, we talked about empty hop, like short hops with the short hop out of shield. I'm going to switch, let me see. I'm going to go for out of shield. It's going to go jump. And then I'm going to try and do the exact same things against him. So if I hit his shield, he just jumps, right? So if I go like this, oh, hold on. What was I trying to do? So it's this. I want to do that into that. So we'll go like this. So that can catch that too. I'll catch that as well. And then that would even catch that too. So that's pretty wild. So as far as notes for myself in this situation, I would know, or I'd want to say, if he hits my shield, with anything at all, that is when he has limit. If he has limit and he hits my shield, I have to full hop out of shield. The only thing he can do there to catch me super aggressively is to go for a climb, like limit climb hazard out of shield, or limit climb hazard after fair, which is extremely risky on his part, because if he's wrong, he's now just free falling, or he's now like doing his attack down in the middle of the stage, basically. He can try and drift away and get to the ledge. Let me just see here. So I'll turn this on. So now if I hit shield, now he full hops. So if I go like this, that's gonna miss. That's gonna miss. What's controlling? That misses. So the only thing I could do is like that into that. And even that's not going to kill because it's like such a late hit. Right? So that's not bad. That's a good trade to have happen. So if I see that he has limit and if he's getting desperate to use it, of course, realistically, I want to run. I don't want to be in the situation ever. But if I do find myself somewhere here, I should know if he has limit, he's probably going to land and then go for cross slash to even try and break my shield. Let me just see this. Not that I want to have my shield broken, but let's just say as far as a punish, if he was to go for full hop, and then we'll say aerial delay, we'll say like 20 frames. Then we'll go falling aerials, true. Mash toggle. We'll say, where's back air? Right here. So let's just see what he does. Yeah. So that would actually work. So if I was to hit his shield, oops, I'm trolling, like that into this, he could actually drift behind. Right, so I'm just gonna like pretend here a little bit. So go like that into this. Actually, that would work, I think. Yeah, so that's a real punish, guys. This is the type of stuff that you 100% want to know. So if it goes like this into this, not that he would necessarily dash forward. I'm gonna say right here, if he dashes forward looking for a roll, then that's fine. But more realistically, is he would do it right here in front of me, and as the Falco, you would drift behind him, go for that back air, and catch it for free. Right? So if he has limit, he literally has to go for this into that. That's the only thing he's going to catch me with. If he was to go like this, and I jump and go for up air, not going to die to that. If I was to go like that, and then like maybe try and get that. Let me see. Oops. Yeah, so that could work, but that's not going to kill. So realistically, if he has limit, full hop out of shield. If he doesn't have limit, short hop out of shield. That's what I write down for myself. As far as getting the punishes. Then here's the thing. Of course, the Cloud player can adjust, but the Cloud has to know. What about jump cross slash? The Cloud player would have to know to do that too. This is I'm talking about as far as it's a baseline. But let's say the Cloud did do that. So he went like this into that. Then if he did that, then he deserves to win the game. Honestly, because Cloud players don't do that shit, bro. Like the same thing, like if he was to like jump and up B and like try and catch you earlier, or like with a better hitbox like that. Then if he gets that, then he deserves it, bro. Like that'd be a super, super hard read on his part, right? So that's how that would basically go. I'm trying to think. Now the next thing that I would do, what I was going to do next, or what I am going to do next, is we're going to talk about combo game as far as the best combos I can go for at different percents. And what I would be doing here is writing down my different combos. Like my kill confirms and my organic combos, I should just know them. But if there's specific combos that are at certain percents that are very weird, I should know if they work against DI in, DI out, whatever. If they're true combos, like we want true combos here. We'll take a look at like tech chasing stuff as well too. So we'll set up some tech chase stuff at like 40, or no, like 70. And then we'll do some forward tilt stuff. The majority of players, when they're in a tech chase situation, for the most part, they're going to roll away. They're going to tech roll away, right? You should not be assuming that people are going to miss their techs. You should not be assuming that people are going to just, I don't know, tech roll in or miss tech and then roll in. Like you have to influence someone to do that because you've caught their roll away. And like I said, this is the stuff that I would be teaching, or I am teaching to myself, right? If you ever wondered, like, let's say, what would a coach teach a more experienced player? This is the type of stuff that I would be teaching someone who's past the point of learning how to edge guard, learning how to ledge trap, or knowing what good spacing is. Like, oh, what am I going online for? I'm trolling. These are the types of things that would be important to someone who's like, okay, I'm looking to learn how to do a matchup here. I'm trying to learn how to win a matchup or understand a matchup. With regards to combos, I would not say that you're going to learn how to combo and that's how you learn a matchup. It's not that. It's learning what combos work on these characters and why would you do them. The other combo that I want to know if I can do is down throw to get him under a platform. So let's say, for example, if we're like right here, I could go for like an active hop combo, but sometimes I don't always make it onto the platform with him, right? So what I could do instead is go for that and try and catch him with a dash forward. So what are we at here? Oh, we're at 20. Okay, I got trolled. I was gonna say, this seems like he's just going too far. Oops. So if I get this down throw, something like that, 52% off of a down throw. So here's the thing, I know this already as far as if a character is more of a fast follower, you don't really want down throw. Up throw is going to be infinitely better, right? So if I can go for like my active hop combo, I'd rather get this just because it's like basically automatic. It's a free 56. This is not news. But if I was to go like this, oh, forget about onto a platform. I don't really want that. So instead of going for the dash forward into up tilt like this, because that reaches, but I could also go for this into dash forward. Can I get the dash attack? Well, if I can't actually get it fair. He has too weird of a body, if that makes sense. Oops. So if I was to go down tilt's not going to work either, I don't think. Yeah, it's not going to happen. One thing I'll see Tilde do all the time is to go for something like that. And he'll go for his combo. So off a down throw, I can just look for like the down air. Something like that. So even in a situation like that, if I can get a kill that easily or that quickly, then that's what I'm all for. Let me see. So for down throw against Cloud, it's not really worth doing. Like unless I do something like this. Hold on, I take it all back. 62, that's not bad. So that was down throw, dash forward, double up tilt. Oops, I fucked up. $60. Requiem, what's up, bro? Yeah, something like that. That's not bad. Out of a down throw, that's not bad at all. For me, I'm just more comfortable doing the active hop combo, but it ends up being basically the same. But just knowing that there's other alternatives to try and get the a little bit extra damage. The good thing to know about this too is that he doesn't have anything fast enough to stop me from grabbing. He doesn't have like, if he had like a frame 2 jab, then maybe, but he won't, because if he shields, like okay, well I'm grabbing, it doesn't actually matter. So that's all good and well. So that's like a 60% combo. For me, here's the thing. I do know this matchup pretty well already. So I'm not like reinventing the wheel for myself. I'm kind of just showcasing some stuff for you guys. I think, yeah, he's in tech in place. So if I were to go like this, some other combo I like to do is out of a down air. It's much easier just to get started. 64 off of a down air, right? That's totally fine. The other thing I want to know too is can I get anything off of rising down air? I never really try and do this because you typically can't, but it actually worked. Okay, it actually works too. So if he dash attacks my shield, like going for a rising down air, it's a little bit harder to actually get sometimes because he might mess it up. I'd much rather just go for the grab. Grabbing is much easier in my opinion. That was actually a true combo too. Down throw dash attack. But I'm never gonna do that shit. I'd much rather go for this into this, get the grab, dash up. I think I could off of that. I might have to go for another fair. So down tilt, that. Yeah, you can never get down throw fair on this character, basically. Down throw fair just doesn't exist on Cloud with perfect DI. If he doesn't DI perfectly, then I'm sure I can catch him. What was the other thing? Yeah, with regards to the edge guarding stuff, going back to the idea of like cheesing people. So let's throw him off stage. So if he doesn't snap to ledge, I don't know if he actually hits me. Yeah, so he has to be pretty close to the stage to actually hit me with that. So it's not actually bad. So that's death every single time. That's just super free. He's gonna sweet spot it better than that though. So let's go like this. Oh, he's just dead. Okay, it's because he's air dodging. He wouldn't be air dodging like that. But if this situation ever happens, he's just dead. But the thing that's important to know here as far as the matchup is to know that if the sword comes through the stage, he doesn't actually hit me. He only hits me if he comes way past the ledge. So if he snaps to ledge perfectly, then First of all, he snaps to ledge, but second of all, he's not going to hit me. So I could actually charge this, right? The other option I have, which I do prefer, is to try and catch him with that, which I can do sometimes, like that. So in that situation there, I'm just holding down. Yeah. So right there, I'm just holding down with the side B. I'm going to pull this out in tourney, I think, next time. I think he would probably roll, and the reason why he would roll here is because he might try and tech this if he doesn't know that he can't tech this. So if I just straight up miss, right, like that, he's going to try and roll, not the second roll, but the first roll, and then I don't think I'm going to get a punish off of it. I want to be able to have that. That's best case scenario, obviously. Yeah, and in this situation, there's nothing he can do to stop me. He can't, like, hold down himself to try and hit me. He could try and do it from further back, but then I can also just go further back. Did that make sense? Yeah, that's so free. That is so free, and not enough Falco players do that. Like, if I go out here and like have that situation happen, it's just very sloppy and kind of ugly. Right? If I have a situation like that happen, like, it just, I don't need to do these things. And as far as knowing a matchup, it's like, okay, if I do this, that's great, but I'm better off if I can, and also not having that situation happen. Like, that's what I want to have happen, if I can. Which is not necessarily hard to do either. Right there, I got lucky because I was actually behind him. But sometimes you can do that if you're just fucking up. And I can say, too, with regards to the pressure of playing in a tournament, it's not hard to mess that up. It feels like it's super easy to do, and it's not hard to do. But you could have your timing be barely off like that, and all of a sudden now you're being reverse ledge trapped. Versus that is just super free. He's at a 40. So now what I've done is I've constructed a combo. I've constructed a way of getting to the ledge, which we talked about getting an edge guard as well. What I'd like to try and do is now, as the Falco player, if I'm trying to cheese people or get kills as early as I can, is say, can I get some sort of 0 to death situation to happen? Right? If I can get my combo, let's say, how am I doing this? Let me just put him over here. Bad. So I do that to start. Knock him off stage. He's just dead. He's just dead because he's DIing away. He wouldn't actually be dead there. But right there, I'll be in position to try and get my edge guard. My reverse side B. I'll just send him off stage, actually. So I'll just go for that. It's a little bit less damage, but whatever. Now he's just dead. So that's technically a 0 to death that is super easy to do. So from the perspective of learning a matchup, of course it's not always going to be this perfect when having the stars align and just catch him in every situation, because you could have also jumped high there and like air dodge to the stage or something, and it could have been a different situation. But the fact that I can get him from center stage all the way off stage and then catches up B with a side B and just kill him instantly, it becomes free, right? So yes, I had him like right here. Let's just say the situation happened like this. Let's say if I were to go like this, well, not like that. But right here, do I want to take him across the stage and go like this? Right? This is something I do all the time. I'll shoot that laser out. They don't typically air dodge immediately because they don't have to, but I'll just keep them in it anyways, I guess. Oops. So, from the perspective of just damage, if that situation happens, let's see. So if that happens for whatever reason, he's just dead. Like, this is the freest thing ever as far as learning a matchup and just knowing that you have some sort of game plan. If I can get him in the spot where I can throw out the side B, it now becomes my responsibility to not fuck up. And I talk about this all the time in coaching sessions where I'll say 60 to 70% of the game is knowledge, then the rest is just execution. If you know what to do, the game becomes way easier. Not messing it up is a huge part of it as well too. But if I'm just doing weird random stuff, just going off stage and trying to catch him high like this, and he just air dodges through, and then he turns around with an F smash because now I'm like coming back to the stage like this or whatever, and I land right in front of him and he goes like this and dash attacks me, or goes for a cross slash, all of a sudden I'm in a bad spot for basically no real reason, where I could have tried to like scare him into air dodging and then gone for an F smash here, or like forward throwing him and gone for like the side B thing off the stage here, right? Like for this whole thing, right? And there's just ways I can get kills so much faster and easier now. And from the perspective of learning a matchup for you guys, this should be the exact same thing for you. You want to be able to do this stuff. And if you don't really know where to start, like I said, at the very beginning, all I'm trying to do is optimize my ability to get kills as early as possible. That's it. I don't have to get him to 160 and then down tilt him. If it happens because he's playing really well, then you should also know at certain percents, like what's your up tilt back air confirm window. So at 120 I can catch him. Let's see 130. 130 is not going to happen, but at 130 I could go for up tilt up air. That was with perfect DI to the right as well, and he still died. So at 130, up tilt up air, and he's dead. This is with no rage, by the way. So let's just say it's like a last hit situation. Oops. So last hit situation. If he's at 110, let's say 110. We'll be like both around here. So he's here. We're talking last situations here. So I'll put him to like, let's say maybe kind of winning even. We'll put him like here. Okay. So if we're at 112, if I go like this into that, that's not going to kill. Okay. Oops. Not going to catch him there, but he has to air dodge. Oops, fucking up. Yeah, so I can't catch him here. He's too low percent. But he's also... So here's the thing that's weird. With Rage, he's too low percent, so his hit stun isn't high enough. But I have too much Rage, so I sent him too high. So he's just in the wrong position altogether. I can't catch him here at all. So if I know this... Like, I can go for up tilt, up air, but it's not going to kill unless he has, like, some weird DI. If I can, like, get on the other side of him, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, he's living for that. He would probably DI... Here's the thing, too, is if he doesn't know if I can catch him, this is where he can catch people off guard as well, too. Let me go to DI. I'll do DI down in it. Because if he's thinking he's about to get up tilt back aired right here, like, if he thinks I'm about to hit him with an up tilt back air, if I go for that into this, he'll die off the top, right? What if another confirmed the window is like 2% difference? Then I would just shoot a laser. For me, like, that's one of the biggest things too with Falco, is using your laser can push people into windows for you. So, for example, let's just say he's at like 80. If I go for down air into, not that, down air into back air, right there, he's DIing down and in. Down air into back air works at 80 at that position, right? Let's just say if he's at like 70, and it won't work here as far as like killing, right? Let's see. I'm just bad at the game, don't worry. Yeah. So I think he's dying there because of how much rage I have, to be honest. Because he's DIing down and in. Actually, no, I'm trolling. I didn't have my 70. There. Yeah. So that doesn't kill. It still works as a confirm, but it doesn't kill. So if I'm fighting a neutral and I know I have a confirmed window coming up as far as, let's say, 80, at least from that position, right? So if I know that, I can shoot lasers at him and just try and get him there. So 3 lasers and he's at 80, right? They might be a little bit stale or whatever, so it might be 4 lasers, whatever. But this is another big thing as far as pushing your opponent into this specific window. And let's just say I go for the down air and I completely miss my confirm, except I didn't miss. The one time I want to miss on purpose. So I go for this, and then I completely miss for whatever reason. If he's at 93, do I have anything that could kill at 93? And if the answer is no, I can just shoot more lasers. Let's see if I get him to 100, so basically 100. Can I get up tilt back air right here, right? So from that into that. So if I have a down air into back air at 80, and I have up tilt into back air at 100, I can use it to my advantage, obviously. Let's say if I put him to 90, I go to 90%. And I know I have rage. I just want to do it like this anyways. So let's go like this into that. Oops. So that kills 2 at 90, right? And we'll try 100. Eventually it's going to send too high. Well, I can always double jump actually. That's true too. So these are all going to work for the most part. That's true as well. So that's going to be a sour spot. Actually, no, I can get it. It's pretty tight to get that, but I can. At this percent, though, I'd probably just go for up air. Yeah, it goes way too high here. So here, I go for this, into that. Well, I didn't change my thing. So that, into that, and he'll just die. Eventually, though, if it gets too high, so let's say at 140, hold up. If I have no rage, will he still die to down tilt, or sorry, down air, up air? Right? Because if he doesn't die to this, right? So he should die to this every single time. Unless I mess it up. Also, I didn't change. Yeah. So he should die to that every single time. But like I was saying, depending on your character, if you have the ability to poke and get like a little bit more damage to push someone to a higher percent window, then you should try and do that. If you miscalculated, then you miscalculated it. So if I think, oh, I can get like up tilt back here at 140, and it goes way too high, and then I just messed it up, then I should know that. That's part of knowing a matchup too, to say, okay, at 140, it's going to be up tilt up air. At 140, it's going to be down air up air, right? If I go for like a raw down tilt, it has to be sweet spot versus like tipper. If I go like this down tilt, he's not going to die. Right? But if I go for this down tilt, he should die. Like, absolutely explode, right? At 140. If I get the mid hit, he's not going to die as well. So, at 140, here's the thing. If I'm going to fish for a down tilt, I know that at 160, most characters will die, right? So, if I go, let's say it's like right here. So, if I get tipper down tilt, on Cloud, a little on the heavier side, so he's not going to quite die. But most characters do die around 160. I will say that if he's at 160 and I'm at 0, then I probably don't have to fish for a down tilt. Down tilt's kind of like a desperation kill. But if he's at like this percent here, I probably would just nair or like go for fair or something. Yeah, I'd probably just go for nair or fair. Eventually falling up air is going to kill as well too. Oops. Yeah. Let me see. Up tilt shouldn't kill. Down tilt will kill from basically anywhere at this percent. Yeah, falling up air is not going to kill. Back air will obviously kill. Down air into anything, like, that's not going to happen. The other thing I could try and go for here is like I can go for like a side B into like a nair maybe. Even this, I don't think I'll actually reach him. He's too high percent. So here's the thing. If he's ever at this high of a percent, I'd probably just try and catch him with a straight hit that would kill. So I just go for like fair. Right? That's probably what I would do. But yeah, basically, if I would not be trying to go for anything crazy like that. Like, I would say the point of no return realistically is like 140. If I can't get a kill like with an actual confirm by 140, then I'm probably not going to try and go for a kill with a confirm. I'm probably just going to go for a straight hit, probably nair or fair. Even at 170, I think even dash attack might start killing soon, which realistically you don't really want to use that. Like, even that's not really a thing. Like, yeah, I'm not going to use dash attack either, I don't think. If he's, like, super, super high, like, he should not be up here. If he's, like, here, and I haven't killed him yet, then I feel like I've failed that stock. That's what I would say about that. But, realistically, I want to try and get my kills. Like, here's the thing. Like, we did all this other work earlier. If I can get a kill at 40, or at 0, like I did, then that's what I want to try and do, right? If I have him at 60, I know there's a certain combo I can go for. I labbed out, like, months ago. Should work. Yeah. Should look like that. I could probably actually go for F smash even, you know? Yeah. I could just go for that. That might work too. Or I literally just did. Yeah, that might be the move right there, yo. Just throw out the F smash, because he doesn't have a hitbox at the top of his, at the top of his up B. There. That's what I want to have happen. Yeah. So I gotta do a lighter tilt on the control stick to turn around. Like that. Yeah, that's easy. So it's one of those things I'd write down as a note for myself to say, to get that turnaround a little bit cleaner, is don't slam the control stick, just slightly turn it or lightly tilt it. So that. Oh my, goodbye. Yeah, that would work every single time too. Dead at 55. Probably even dead at 50, to be honest. Unless I fuck it up. Yeah, I think there's no DI on that. That's why he's dying. Or so, no, it's DI away. Yeah, he's DIing away. That's why he's dying. So he shouldn't actually die from that. So that's good to know too, that if he isn't actually gonna die from that I don't really need the back air. It's just for the damage. Let me see. I could do something like that as well too. Honestly, that's like the easiest edge guard in the world. Just forward throw. Just jump with him on reaction. And he's just dead. The only thing I have to worry about right there is if he goes for a suicide up B and tries to kill both of us. Or if he goes for like jump fair and I go underneath him and I just get spiked for free at 0. Because if I get spiked at 0 and I just use my jump, then I die. So I have to make sure that that's not going to happen. I think besides that, like we talked about the cross-up stuff, we talked about combos. So a quick recap for myself is if he hits my shield with limit, I should full hop out of shield. If he hits my shield without limit, I can go for a short hop out of shield. The only thing I have to worry about is if I'm going to short hop is if he goes for a landing aerial, rising aerial, or if he goes for landing aerial into like an up smash. So if I'm at like a low enough percent where I can afford to get up smashed, not that I want to, but I could take the gamble to say if he's going to go for a dash attack or a down tilt to cross me up, I can kill him for doing that, for going for landing or going with the landing back air like this. If he goes for an up smash, obviously it's not great. But if I'm at like a low enough percent where I don't die, it could be worth the gamble, because if I'm at a low percent, let's say I'm at like 50 or 60, he's probably not going to go for an up smash because he knows it's not going to kill either. He probably would down tilt just to try and catch me and also escape the situation and keep himself safe, because dash attack doesn't cross up shield. Dash attacking me at 50, if I were to like roll away, it's worth it for him. But if I just stay in shield and he gets like he lands on my shield with dash attack, then I can go for up smash. I can go for grab. I can drop shield up tilt, in which case I can go like drop shield up tilt into back air, potentially to kill him. If he's at, I think we said 110, actually we didn't do it with no rage, but let's say 120. 120 is pretty standard. If I had to go like this, or nope, not like that. Oh, he's way over there. I think he's DIing away. I don't know why he's going so high. Like that's true. If I was to do something like that. Yeah, that's pretty high. So even that, I don't think I need to do that. Also, let me yeah, he's super dead at 120. Oops, I'm trolling. That's a 110 center stage. So yeah, 110 center stage, up tilt back air, you're just dead. Like mega dead. Up tilt up air, not gonna die. But here's the thing, if I know it, up tilt back air at 110, I don't think it's kill across the entire stage. Oh, if he DIs in like that, like, and maybe if he goes in and down, he could be okay. Let me try doing that. So if we're right here, down and in, he'll survive. Down and in, he survives that, which he should do down and in to try and not hit off the top blast zone. But if I go like this, oops, like that, he's just dead. Yeah. Also, let me see something here. I'm going to put air dodge back on. Yeah, if I'm too slow, he'll get away. That being said, though, I can do that. I was going to say the other thing, too, and I did catch him a couple times with this, is if I go for the up tilt back air and I happen to miss completely, I can also go for the read like that. Which might even be a better option in some cases, because he's definitely not going to try and fight me. His aerials are just too slow. He has to air dodge there. Yeah. I had to double jump too. realistically, just getting is the better option.